Hello everyone, this is Heroes Trivia, and welcome back to Group C as we wrap up the final match of today with King of Yent versus Barbaric Ben. And looking at their compositions, we have King of Yent in the green side with Xu Huang, Pei Yuanshao, and Wu Tugu. And this means no elephants for the iconic setup of King of Yent. Perhaps the changes to the Nanman unit is restricting him a bit, but we still have a pretty interesting army. We have the Javelin Spear Guard from Wu Tugu, and then we have two range units from Yellow Turban, which is a little odd. One crossbow and one horseback archer, and I see that both players didn't change the setting to large unit size, but that's a minor problem. So we have 40 units and 160 unit instead of the 30 and 120. That's a minor issue. And then we also have some of the Lancer Cav from the Northern Army. Then for Barbaric Ben's side, we have Dong Zhuo, Sun Ce, and Kong Rong. And the army comp is wild here. We have heavy sit-down cavalry. We also have heavy cataphracts, as well as 3 mounted crossbowmen, which is a terrible unit. I think if Koro is picked, then why not just go with Fury of Beihai? The mobility you gain from these mounted crossbowmen means nothing because you can't fire while moving, so you end up with 1/3 of the unit that you would have, actually 1/4, sorry, unit size confusing me here, but 1/4 of the number of archers that's going to be shooting the crossbow here to do damage, and you end up paying more for them, and they can't even kite. So, terrible choice. Furies would just been better. Spamming maybe 4 Furies with the cost, I'm pretty sure that can come out. It would have been just a lot better, even if they're stationary, even if they just fire until they get killed and have the cavalry distract. But in this case, we have the mounted crossbowmen. I think first time ever seeing them in a tournament as well. We'll see how they perform. And it's a massive overpay on all the heavy cataphracts and heavy sit-down troops. I think the light version, the regular version would have been just a lot better. You get more armor, you're a lot slower, slightly higher charge. It's just not worth the cost. But in terms of generals, we have 2 Vanguard and a Strategist. We got a Roar ability that will actually have an impact because the enemy unit actually don't have that high of morale. Sun Ce's minus 50 Roar is actually pretty good. We'll see if that can swing things in the cavalry fight. But the problem would be those Vanguard, not the Vanguard, but the Spear Guards. They need to get killed. The Javelin Spear Guard need to be solved, and that problem is solved, these cavalry will be fine. If not, those units will eat up all these cavalry, doesn't matter how expensive they are. Let's see how this plays out. And looking at deployment, nothing special here. We just have King of Yent deployed a little bit up in his deployment zone, and then right in the middle here for Barbaric Ben. And we'll see how the matches go. I mean, with Barbaric Ben's match, or his unit choice, I feel like he should be more aggressive, flanking out, finding angles with these cavalry. Oh, these are not heavy sit-down cav, take that back, but these are definitely heavy cataphracts, and they are expensive. Looking at these two units, right, you have the regular sit-down cav, you get 297 for the charge, and 94 for the speed. Those are the most crucial stats on a cavalry unit. 52 armor-piercing damage, 11 base. That ratio will play a part in how you divide up the charge bonus, but aside from that, that's not really important. And then if you look at a heavy cataphract, you're paying way more for way less speed, and you're getting, what, 15 more charge bonus? Same weapon damage. It's just not worth it. 62% armor, it means nothing, that 30% armor for a cavalry unit. Like, you're never going to be in a, long-term fight if you're erasing units with your charge bonus. So that is just weird. We have a defensive posture with the Watchman here. Watchman in Peace is also an interesting unit. I guess it's a good way to get a crossbow unit when you don't want a strategist or a commander. In this case, you get it on the Yellow Turban. Pei Yuanshao kind of have that strategist vibe, commander vibe, but still has a good enough weapon to help you out. And then we have the cavalry on the side. The Northern Cav can't really run up into that. We're going to be facing with Devastating Roar. You're going to be facing with slam abilities from both of them afterwards. Just instant rout, basically, with Sun Ce roaring. Horseback Huntsman's probably the one good harassing unit. Well, I don't know how the crossbow's going to do in this forested area. Like, that's a big flank, but what does that achieve? Are those crossbow... I don't know about these units. Like, look at these. 50, 18, 5 attack rate. 46, 23, 12 attack rate. So you do get faster attack rate, you get more ammo, but you gotta think about it. This is a quarter size. So if you translate this to a quarter size, it's 80 ammo worth of damage. And this is, or divide this by 4, you get 13 shots of a regular crossbow unit. I don't know if that's worth it. You just don't have any fire while moving capabilities. There's no benefit there. Hiding the cavalry because they're vulnerable to the enemy crossbow units. I don't like this big flanking maneuver because you're actually doing King of Yen a favor. If you're going to have to approach eventually, approach to the forest. At least that way the crossbow might miss a bunch of shots. You get protected by the forest. I think there's a 25% range block chance. Or missile resistance added in with the trees. Now you're giving him the open field. And especially with this setup, you actually want to spread. The enemy have one range source. So you want to attack from multiple angles, or just approach with your general basically, because a roar will actually route these javelin spear guard. So with Swinzilla comps and full-on cavalry comp, which is a comp that I typically play, you want to charge in with your general, you want to roar, break their line, right? All these infantry will rout the second Swinzilla roars. The counterplay is to use Unyielding Earth at that, right before that moment, to take out that play. So you kind of want to bait this ability out. You charge in, you don't roar right away. You want him to activate this, fearing that you'll roar, and then you back off. And then your cooldown's up before their cooldown's up. Wait 30 seconds. You go back in, you roar, have them all rout, and then the cavalry comes in during the rout just for chase down, and you just absolutely crush spear units. And then the fight's pretty much won at that point. Just has to be a coordinated effort. And actually, if Coron's thrown in here, he can't use Unyielding Earth because they're stifling deluge on this side, and there's nothing on this side to stop that. So that's actually the play. Charge in with everyone, approach to the spear line, or actually just spread out a little bit. Keep him around the crossbow range. Swinzilla charges in with Koro and Dongzhuo with them. Do a roar. You know, Xu Huang's the only one that's unbreakable. All these units break, and the cavalry swoop in, kill them while that's still active. It's 15 seconds, plenty of time to cross. And now we're just trying to shoot with crossbow. It's not going to do anything. These guys have 55% range. Oh, they're trying to trade fire with the enemy watchmen. Oh, they turn out fire. Oh, wow, they turn out fire will. The javelins. Oh my god. Run, the generals. The javelins hurt. Yeah, they both got scratched up a little there. Now the health numbers are going to look a little different because they're not playing on large as requested. People breaking rules here. That's not going to affect too much, but... You can see they both took a little bit from those javelins. Well, the Watchman's not getting a lot of value, but the Watchman can trade fire back. They have a big shield, which gives them a range block chance. So in this type of crossbow versus crossbow fight, they got this. And they're going to fire back and absolutely shred these cavalry. Yeah, this is not how you play a cavalry comp. If you're going all cavalry with Swinzilla as a roar type, or maybe Zhongfei as a roar type, you actually just want to roar, and the cavalry's job is to chase down. And in that case, you want the fastest thing available, which is usually like Raider Cavs. And once they're routed, if you have sustained damage, they can't bounce back. So essentially the play is to rout the enemy, rush them with really cheap cav, and essentially chase them down till the end of the game. And the only general that's going to be alive... Oh my god, why are they running up to the javelin again? Like, was the first time not enough? There goes Swinzilla. That whole comp is gone. Nothing's going to beat these javelin spearguard now. Gave him unbreakable, but once you start routing, it doesn't come back. That doesn't do him any favors. Yeah, I don't understand that play. What was the point? Why charge up? Like, if you say the first time was a test, the second time was just suicide. Yeah, now Mass Turtle, there's no roar anymore. He's gonna bounce back, but with this much, anything touch him, like even the crossbow shot, under fire's -4 morale, he's just gone. So Sun Ce is useless, and I think if you just press with a line of turtle, it's probably fine. What are all these cavalry gonna do to you? We have a staring contest. Why don't they shoot? Why don't they walk up and shoot? 60% range block chance versus nothing. Just you can outshoot them. There's 104 here. There's roughly 100 and something here. 108 on this side. It's not a losing shot. Just go fight them with 60% range block chance. This wins. Just shooting versus each other. All right, let's see who's gonna. Okay, they're gonna spread for different angles. Alright, shooting turtles kind of pointless. Get a couple harassment shots in. Are we gonna use Unyielding Earth for Sun Ce's roar? Or Sun Ce just gonna get killed by javelins again? Oh, he's gonna get killed by javelins again. You have to micro the javelin spear guard. If they're in turtle, they have to move to shoot the javelin. So this is a good move. I don't know, this hesitation. I'm gonna walk up close to take some javelins and then run away. Why? Like third time you figure it out, it's not gonna work. Yeah, the quality of the cavalry is making King of Yen kind of hesitant here. Yeah, but you can clearly see the charge reflection damage. It's just a bad trade. Oh, Unyielding Earth being given. And then once they commit, they don't even charge. They didn't charge. This is a charge. Now the cavalry can charge them. Oh, this is going to get ugly real fast. Yep, ability being used, reduce armor, all that precious money spent on extra armor cavalry. Like, what are they going to do? They kill a cavalry here. All the kill counts can be inflated because they're playing on slightly larger unit counts. Yeah, they got the charge out, right? 4 unit charge 1 person. They got the damage on the charge and then reflected all the damage back and then killed themselves. Now they're gonna chase them down too. Same speed with charge. Yep. That's gonna do it. We had a pretty extended period of a staring contest, but yeah, cavalry comps like this with the roar ability, you just gotta time the roar usage. Breeding a strategist is not a bad idea. The unit choice is pretty bad. Furies would just done better. Like, look at the mobility. Does the mobility actually matter? Not really. Anyhow, quite the match. I think there's definitely lessons to be learned on both sides. King of Yen did nothing wrong being passive, but it does hurt his time a little bit. The comp he picked, I guess you can't get really too aggressive against all cav, because the all cav side has to be the one taking the initiative. If you run your generals out and get surrounded by the cavalry, that's the worst thing you want. Pushing up with the turtle formation probably would have been the better play. He was probably worried about Sun Ce, but the way Sun Ce was being used, once he routed for the first time, he could have probably just pushed and finished things there, because there was nothing anyone could do against those javelins. Like, once you're in turtle, there's no angle you can kind of flank that. You have to at least sack something into them so that you can create potentially a flanking charge. But even that was executed really poorly, with the 4 units swinging from like the left side and then just like stopping and 2 just wrapping around. That was just not going to cut it. And we have a win by King of Yen. So that's going to wrap up all this Group C matches for today. Only 3 of them. We have 5 more to wrap things up tomorrow. And hopefully things pick up, because Despite having 4 very experienced players, the level of play in some of these army comp choices makes me feel like they have not seen any of the past tournaments, but that's another story. So hopefully things will look better as they get used to the swing of things in this new round or new season, and we'll see how things go tomorrow. Until then, bye!